Hey guys. Oh, glasses are fogging up. Maybe we'll lose the glasses. How about that? I just said I was going to come on earlier and do a kind of an update video, and it's almost midnight now. I don't know. Our sleep patterns with Scott being off are totally out of whack. So yeah, it's almost midnight, and we will be going back down to our house tomorrow to have Christmas with my mother-in-law more formally, because she had been sick. It's just a long story, but anyway, this has been a horrendous week for Scott and I. Let's see. On Christmas weekend, we were at the house, and he was sorting through that bucket of nuts and bolts that he has, looking for a specific, some kind of nut, bolt, screw, attachment, whatever. That bucket is full of everything, and he was looking through it, and he evidently strained something. Well, Christmas, he was starting to feel bad, and he was starting to have some problems with a sciatic nerve. Well, then we went, the day after Christmas, we went over to my mother's to fix her dryer, and there was a lot more company there than we anticipated. The house was slammed full of people. Scott still wanted to do it even though he wasn't really feeling too good, so he pressed on, and we just pulled the dryer out onto my mom's deck and basically worked on it as fast as we could while everybody else sat down and kind of chit-chatted and had a meal together and all of that. And I was just afraid to be too far from him because he was starting to get really, really bad off. Well, it got so to the point where it was already dark when we headed out, and he was feeling really bad, you guys. Scott's really strong person, but he was having near tears. And so I knew it was getting bad. Sorry, I've got to hold this weird because I don't have my tripod right here at the moment. So by the time we got home, and it took a little bit longer because I have such a hard time seeing to drive after dark anymore. It's not really safe for us to be driving after dark, but it was the only option we had. So I just took my time. I stayed in the right-hand lane on I-85, and people were coming up on me and blasting their horns, but you know, I was still doing 55, 60 miles an hour in the right-hand lane, and there's two other lanes they could go around me. That's what I kept saying. You can go around. But anyway, by the time we got back to the house, we had taken the truck, and we pulled up into the yard, and he basically had to kind of pour himself out in horrendous pain. Well, then all that night, he was just in tears. And we had some of my medication I took when my sciatic had gone out. It was diclofenac sodium and a muscle relaxer, and he had some hydrocodone, so he took one of each. And the only way he could sleep was in the fetal position, with his knees kind of under him and propped up on pillows. So I slept on this couch or in the recliner most of that night. He's still really bad the very next day, and I said, do you want me to take you to the doctor? And he said, I don't think I can even get in a vehicle right now. So we did we did that day, and then we did Wednesday, and he just kept taking the medicines we already had on hand. And then Thursday, the back had finally released and given up. But the worst pain he had was the shooting pain down his left thigh, and where his muscle would tighten and then it would twitch. And he was in really bad state with that. Well, then his left knee's been hurting him really bad since then. So yesterday, was it yesterday? Yesterday. The doctor finally saw him yesterday, and we didn't get out of there till 5 o'clock, but they did an x-ray of his back. Sorry guys, the camera keeps messing up. But they did an x-ray of his back. Everything looks good on his back. She said he's probably just caused a muscle strain, and so she gave him a new pain reliever he'd already been taking. So he's feeling a little bit better. The knees are still causing him some pain, but he has an appointment on the 11th with his bone doctor, the bone specialist. So he'll probably get x-rays of his knees done then. He just has kept apologizing for falling apart on me. And, you know, as you get older, you can't help whatever happens. So it's been a tiring week. You know, I haven't been sleeping very good because I've been kind of listening for him. You know, if he needed anything, ice packs have helped immensely. He tried heat and that just made it worse. So we pulled out and made up ice packs with gallon-sized Ziploc bags. So that helped. And other than that, that's basically been this week. That's why there's not been any videos from us. He's just been feeling really bad. He's just now getting a bath. And my stomach's been giving me problems for like 3 days. And the Zantac prescription twice a day hasn't even helped. So sipping club soda, and I'm trying to find some diet ginger ale. I'll get some when we're down in Casey because I know I can get it easily down there. It's not as readily available up here, and I'm not really sure why. But anyway, we'll get back to it next week. We'll start fresh, and Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.